Hey, Hayden here, and this video is about a new weed blower that I bought for doing stuff around here in the yard. You may not be able to tell very much, but I edged across the around the driveway. So that's our driveway there behind me, and I'm outside. It's windy, and by the way, I got the dead cat thing, the wind muff on top of this microphone, so hopefully that's doing its job. Now, I picked up a while ago, a thicker, juicier cord here. All right, because the original one was real thin on the Rode SmartLav Plus. That was a microphone. I loved the thing to pieces. It was great, but the wire was real thin. It was 20 feet long, but it was really super thin, and I tripped over it. And I got all this cord here, so I got plenty of things to trip on. Well, what I did is I bought two 8-foot cables, and they snap together. It's extension. So I bought an extension, 8-foot, another 8-foot extension, and that allows me to get further away from the camera. I just run the microphone wire down my shirt. You can probably see it. And but the wire's out of the picture anyway, though you can tell it's under my shirt. But these two wires connect together. If I trip over it, it should pull these two apart, pull apart from my microphone, or it should rip the one out of the camera, which is my cell phone, and that should get the job done. So I'd like to get more bang for the buck out of all my videos, and that's the production thing with a cell phone using this is a very inexpensive microphone. I'm going to make a standalone video on those, but I want to show you one thing first. I'm going to show you two things first. This is my old blower. It's a Ryobi jet fan technology. It doesn't have it's a 40 volt thing because it's got a 40 volt battery on the back, and it's really heavy. Now the blower, this particular blower is heavy too. The battery's heavy, and it stopped working on me. Now, this one cone here can come off, probably for shipping and stuff like that. But once I put it on, it stays on. So I went out and I bought a new blower, and that's it here. Battery mounts on top. I guess for balancing, that's pretty good. The blower itself is super light. I mean, it's just a big bag of empty air, right? And you can probably see through the thing. I can remove this part here. So that's real thin, lightweight plastic and stuff. And we should be able to see light. You should be able to see light at the other end of that. And there's a fan halfway through, and it does a really good job of blowing the air around, right? In fact, when I pull this, I can actually feel it pushing me that way. So like this would be the intake for the fan. That should be the outflow, and it has a couple of these things too. It comes in a box with it. It's a rubber. This is I try not to drop the thing, right? Okay, this is a rubber, very flexible thing. It's less flexible at this end, okay, and it's more flexible here. And these have different numbers on them. I'm assuming 180, 175, and 190 is supposed to be the cubic feet per minute or something of air it's blowing out the end. But I'm just pretty much gonna leave the thing the way it is, and I'm not gonna really probably ever take it apart. And the primary thing is I use this for fire. So I guess I would take the rubber thing off at the end because I don't want to melt it, getting it too close to a hot fire. So then that would allow me to just pull this off. Hopefully, let's try this again without doing a 2 for 2. There we go. So this is like a heavier duty deal. And this, like I said, this one here will come off too. Let's go ahead and do that too. Okay. I took it off, it snapped right back on. All right. So you can actually blow it with air like that. And that kind of has a more noticeable feel for some reason of the kick, because the air is coming out right there. There's a little bit of foam in there, and that's like for the quiet technology or whatever that they're talking about. It's whispering. The thing is pretty quiet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video, take my microphone off because I don't want to take a chance on of destroying the microphone, and then I'll come back and finish it up. But now I'm just going to try to blow the dirt off. There's not that much. I mean, I did some edging with another Ryobi tool here. Ugh. The edger specifically is a expanded. So look over here. This silver thing here should say Ryobi expanded on there. They have different tools that can connect on here, and this was the problem with the original one. This is a great connector here. The original connector was terrible. I mean, the bolt would rust and snap or whatever, all kinds of bad things. I called them up on the phone. They sent me 2 of these for my old one, but in the meantime, I also bought a new handle, which has a better way of holding things together, has a different safety trigger on it. And it also has an adapter to turn this thing to lower speed or higher speed on whatever you're using. And for the the string cutter, the weed whacker kind of thing, works great for that. All right, so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video. And I'll leave this microphone hooked up so you get the same sound, whatever, maybe, we're hoping. All right, and then I'll come back on. All right, so hang on just a second. Okay, so we're back. The microphone is actually plugged right below the video screen here on the tripod in front of the cell phone. I'm gonna go ahead and put my gloves on for safety. I've got my sunglasses on because it's real sunny out here. It's not. It's actually overcast and some thunderstorms are rolling in. So I want to get this done quickly. Now this thing is a Whisper Quiet device. It is quiet, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my headphones on anyway. Safety first. All right. So I'm gonna go down that side first. Go across, and then I'll do this side over here, and then I'll go across the front in a minute. All right. I just want to mention something real quick here. It's got this dial on it, and it says for speed, fan controllability kind of thing. I thought it was like the turbo button, but it's not. Turbo button's up top, but this actually allows you to hold. You don't have to hold the trigger. You can hold the trigger and then push this down, and it will hold. It will keep the blower on. So with that, let's get back to it. There's my microphone cord. I've been using it. I've actually been using it without the turbo. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and pause the video again and put it back on. That was it. I mean, that's what it was. I'm just leaving the microphone right here on the tripod here. Anyway, so that was it. That's a Ryobi 40 volt horsepower. It's the Whisper series down here, and the thing is pretty darn quiet. I mean, this is it. This is it without the without the turbo button. And then it says, I'll switch over to turbo. I say it's pretty darn quiet. It's much quieter than my other system. But I think the thing about it was, I just wanted to make one more note about this, is that this one here, the intakes are on the side there, and you see they're all full of dust and everything else. I think that's pretty much what killed it. Maybe the mower, was only rated for so long or whatever. I don't know. These aren't inputs on the side, these are just coverings. All the air comes in through the back itself. That keeps it just a straight line through. It makes the most sense to me. You know, shortest distance is a straight line. Anyway, so with that, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like the video, drop a comment below, and you know, let me know you stopped by to say hey. And until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.